Okay, I've got a meeting that starts in 10, which is good for you because I'll go really, really fast. I've got a bunch of vocabulary for forestry. Everything that I'm about to mention is stuff you gotta know before you understand how modern forestry works. Gotta know. We're gonna start with how clear cutting is done or how modern cutting is done. Then we're gonna start with the equipment, and then we're gonna go over some of the other stuff. I'm gonna go very quickly, pay attention. All right, first we need to talk about how modern forestry gets done. So one of the most common ways of cutting a forest is a clear cut. It's exactly what you think it is. You cut it down till there's nothing there. It's a clear cut. You cut it all down completely. Now, the reason this is good is because we get to replant and we can control the genetics and the density and everything completely once we do a clear cut. Shelterwood and seed tree, you're going to look out the difference between these two in a discussion board, but you're going to see that they're similar. They differ only in the number of trees per acre. Both of them are a way of reseeding and allowing the forest to come back and then going back in and removing the remaining trees. Row thinning is the same way, but it's the idea this is fully for industrial forest only. All the trees are planted in rows. And so as they start to, the crowns close up and they start competing for sunlight, you go in, remove certain rows, the other trees continue to grow and get bigger, you make more money on those later. That's how that deal goes down. All right, hope you're keeping up. Equipment. These are things you've got to understand. You need to know how much they cost, how much they weigh, and you need to know if the tires are tracks because those two things make a difference in the soil and in the price. Equipment, feller bunchers. We got to have one of those. That's the thing that drags all the logs that the harvester has cut down to the log loader. The log loader is going to put those onto a big rig. Delimbers can be passive. They can be like a limb gate, or they can be active, something like a flail delimber. Mulchers are very commonly used these days, and that's for getting rid of tree stumps and logging slash. All right, last but not least, we've got a whole bunch of acronyms. SFI stands for Sustainable Forestry Initiative. TIMO stands for Timber Investment Management Organization. SFI is a great program, and it outlines a whole series of to-dos and not-to-dos to make sure that we have sustainable forests. TIMOs has to do with forest ownership and how a forest gets purchased, harvested, and then sold again. SMZs and AMZs, this has to do with the art and science of forestry. SMZ is Streamside Management Zone, and it has to do with using all that we know about protecting streams and water quality and applying that to industrial forestry to have zones around streams that protects water quality. AMZ is about Aesthetic Management Zone. This is about protecting our general public and protecting what people see and preserving the beauty of the forest. TFS and BMPs, TFS is Texas Forest Service and BMPs is Best Management Practices. Extra credit I'm going to give you if you can get the Texas Forest Service to email you or mail you a copy of the BMPs, which is they have a hard copy version that's like spiral bound. It's really nice. And they can probably email you the PDF as well. But if you get them to send you that and you read it, I'll give you extra credit.